Good morning, Miramar, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. Don't forget, you can check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar, and that's spelled Miramar. And we all know it's right here in Miramar, and right here with me this morning is our mayor, Mayor Wayne Messam. And also with him today, we have Dr. Tadra Anderson Rhodes from Memorial Hospital Miramar. They're here to talk about Happy Heart Hour. I am loving it. In conjunction with Alpha Alpha Beta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So welcome to the show, Mayor, again. And welcome, Dr. Tadra Anderson Rhodes. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you, Tamara. Happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so tell us what this is all about, Mayor, and why you decided to get involved.
Well, you know, this is the second year of this wonderful event to bring awareness to heart disease in the city of Miramar. We have a wonderful hospital here, Memorial Miramar, and the healthcare professionals there are excellent community partners. And it's so important to get critical information to our residents to ensure that they know the signs and know how to not only treat heart disease, but how to prevent it as well.
Right. And, you know, I think it's one of those things that people, I don't know, they take for granted that their heart is healthy. But, you know, there are things that we can do, particularly with this Happy Heart Hour, that can give us more information of how to keep it healthy.
Yes, and what's so great about this event, and you'll hear more about it, is how interactive it is. It's at the Miramar Regional Park. It's a fun event that the family can come out and enjoy. You know, I learned so much about heart disease in a former career, educating physicians and healthcare professionals about prescription options to deal with this. And I always thought about, well, how could we stopgap? Why wait until you have to get placed on prescription medicine to treat these morbid conditions? If we just put more emphasis on preventative care and a healthier lifestyle in our diet and exercise. So this is a great event to come out to, and it was so much fun last year.
And you got all of that here, so we'll be talking about that in a minute. Again, mark it on your calendars for this Friday, February 7th, 6 p.m. at Miramar Regional Park. Now with us, we mentioned Dr. Tadra Anderson Rhodes. She is Memorial Hospital Miramar's Chief Medical Officer, but you also you're doing two roles, so AKA as well, because you guys are helping to sponsor this, and also for Memorial Hospital Miramar as a doctor. Yes. You already know the risk in everything that we have out here.
Absolutely.
And why is it that you guys decided to do this event?
Well, Tamara, that's a great question. I think it's so important for our community to understand that heart disease continues to be the #1 killer in the United States and in the state of Florida as well. And in our community, it also affects African Americans and Hispanics disproportionately. So we want to make sure that all of us are aware, but as Mayor Messam has said, that we can take steps to actually prevent this type of illness before it actually happens. And there's some really easy ways to do that. People think it's out of their scope or out of their reach. So with a community activity like this, we're able to show that simple things for kids, hula hooping, things that, you know, we've gotten away from, but we did when we were kids. And
I
we don't
was a champion, thank you.
Yes, but hula hooping, jump roping, kicking around a ball, jumping over sticks, simple things that kids can do, that families can do, doesn't take a lot of money, that we can do that. And we're partnering with the city's early childhood centers to provide those activities for free, to come out and really show children that they can start early. And then because heart disease also affects women as well, we want to make sure that we get our ladies out. Women in our community tend to steer healthcare, as it were, and health information in their families. So we want to make sure that our women get out and bring the gentlemen and their kids along, so that, as Mayor said, it's a fun family event. We'll have activities, Tamara, like low impact yoga and low impact stretching and aerobics, things that you can do in a chair that you don't even need to be standing up for. We'll also have strolls around the park. So we'll have various walking groups with different pace setting, because not everybody can run like our mayor.
Which, by the way, he has his 3K Health and Wellness or 5K Health and Wellness coming up.
But walking, where it's brisk or where it's conversational. is going to be so important. So we'll have walking groups where we'll have leaders in those groups along with nursing students from one of our newest partners, Utica College, who will be able to share some facts with our walkers as they're walking, things to look out for, how to check your heart rate. We also have physicians from our community along with our Memorial Healthcare System community who will be there interacting with the walkers as well.
So now, Dr. Anderson Rhodes, of course, when I saw Happy Heart Hour, you know what I thought at
Yes.
first. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a grown-up thing. Okay. But this is actually a family-friendly event.
It is.
You want everybody to come out.
We want everyone there. And that Happy Heart Hour is a play on the Happy Hour theme because it is a Friday night at 6 o'clock. But each hour will have a special theme. So from 6 to 7, we'll do Power Up Hour as we're talking about what it is, how to prevent it. There'll be medical talks. We'll be doing screenings in the park, and we'll be doing a little bit of light aerobic exercise to then get us geared up for our 7 to 8 o'clock hour where we'll do the stroll in the park. There'll actually be a scavenger hunt to encourage our attendees to get more information because we have probably about 28 different areas and vendors who will be there, including the American Heart Association will be doing for free their hands-only CPR, which is so important so that if you or a family member is affected out in the field, you have the tools that you need to help them. And then lastly, in our 8 to 9 o'clock hour, we have our Set It Off hour. So we'll have a DJ the entire night, so there'll be fun activities.
Dancing is an activity.
Dancing as a great exercise, so to sweat it out, sweat it off. But also during that hour, we'll have mocktails and munchies that'll be healthy snack alternatives that'll be presented by our food nutrition services from Memorial Hospital Miramar, and they are world class. And this year also joining us will be exotic teas and purple orchid. So we have lots of nice things to set it off during that hour, along with the music and the dancing.
Awesome. So again, this is a free event. It is happening February 7th. That's this Friday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you need to dress accordingly. You're going to be at the park. You're going to be at Miramar Regional Park, 16801 Miramar Parkway. Bring those tennis shoes. Bring the workout clothes because apparently you're going to be powering up, strolling in the park, and setting it off.
Absolutely.
And this is all free. So free is for me. Free is for everyone. Is it open, Mayor, to our surrounding cities and our sister cities?
Well, of course. You know, the regional park is a weekday. Anyone can come up to the park. Miramar Regional Park is a very active park, a very beautiful park, and it could not be a better venue for a fun-filled, educational, and active event like the Happy Heart Hour.
All right, sounds good. And we would love to also thank the AKAs for their part in this too, because obviously this is a health initiative of the sorority.
It is. It's one of our international initiatives. Tamara, thank you for saying that. And so under the leadership of our chapter president, Dr. Rosa Simmons, we are very excited to present this for the second year in a row. Again, for free in partnership with the City of Miramar Mayor Messam. We thank them so much for partnering with us with this extremely important health initiative.
All right. So sounds good. Residents of Miramar as well as our surrounding cities, y'all know it's right here in Miramar. So you can come as well. It is free. It is going to be open to the public on Friday, February 7th. That's this coming Friday, starting at 6 p.m. at Miramar Regional Park, 16801 Miramar Parkway. Come dressed to work out, to dance, because it's going to be that type of fun event. And again, the screenings and so much more. So if people want more information, how can they get that? And whichever one of you would like to give it. I'm sure we have it. Go ahead.
We do have it. They can also reach us at info@alpha-beta-omega.org. And they can also reach us at Memorial Hospital Miramar at 954-538-4600. And one thing I did want to point out, Tamara, because we know there's a lot going on in the city, but we will have information. So for those who want to pass through and get information, we'll have lots of literature for them as well that they can take and with them on the go. And then we'll have information as well in bags that folks can pick up at the park.
Residents, people listening and watching, you have got to get the free information because this is invaluable and you would pay for this anywhere else. So the City of Miramar, Mayor Wayne Messam, and of course the AKAs are doing this along with Memorial Hospital Miramar to better our health. And before we go, we would be remiss, please mention about your event that is happening the first week in March, the first Saturday, because again, another healthy event for our residents here in Miramar.
Well, after everyone comes out on this Friday, February 7th at the Happy Heart Hour on March 7th, and right in front of City Hall at 7 a.m. we'll have our 5K health and fitness fair right here in the beautiful city of Miramar. Miramar is a fit city, and those who follow me on social media know that I always have the tag Miramar Fit. So we need residents to be Miramar Fit.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Mayor Wayne Messam. Thank you so much, Dr. Tadra Anderson Rhodes. We certainly appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on this Friday. It is Friday. It's free. Miramar Regional Park, that is 16801 Miramar Parkway, and remember, it is right here in Miramar. We'll be right back. Good morning, Miramar, and welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. Don't forget to check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. You know it's right here in Miramar, and coming up this Saturday night, Vice Mayor Alexandra P. Davis hosts the Black History Meets Reggae Icon Awards right here at the Cultural Center, 2400 Civic Center Place. And right here with me now is the first recipient of this award here, the City of Miramar, Mr. Freddie McGregor, icon himself. So welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for accepting this award that we are going to be presenting to you, and truly being an icon of reggae music, of community, of culture. We just can't say enough about you, Mr. McGregor.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Exactly.
I understand.
Because you've been doing a lot for so many years. Most people don't know that you have been singing and performing since you were, what, 7?
7 years old. I actually recorded my first song when I was 7, and this was back in 1963. Okay. So I guess I'm giving away my age, but that's
if you can do math. Exactly.
But yes, I left Clarendon with a group called the Clarendonians, who were already very famous. And they took me to Kingston with them, and I ended up at Coxson's Studio One, which in Jamaica is the equivalent to Berrygardy's Motown record.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so you will find all the great artists and musicians at Studio One, just like it would have been at Motown.
Motown, wow.
And so I ended up there, and I became friends with just about everybody upon my arrival, because I was just this
You
smart.
were 7.
And everybody would ask Ernest, that's your little brother? And I would say, yeah, man, him can't sing, you know. And say, hey guys, sing with them here now. And I made up a little song called Roll Dumpling Roll. If you want to know dumpling sweet, dip it into coconut.
And that is what a 7-year-old would sing, absolutely.
And then everybody would, give me 3 pence, 2 pence, because it was pound, shilling, and pence then.
Okay.
And I became famous in my community. That's how I ended up in Kingston with Ernest and Peter.
Wow.
And since then, it has never stopped.
Did you know you had that talent, though? Did you just want to sing?
I loved music. I loved singing. I guess I was impressed with Ernest and Peter, being from Clarendon, the same village that we lived in.
Okay.
And they were famous, and it was exciting, and people say I could sing. My mom is called Miss Tiny. She was a teacher in the community, so everybody would say, Miss Tiny boy can't sing, And people would say, hey, come here. 2 pence, sing the dumpling song, and every chance, bust the dumpling tune, and it just became popular in my community. So when I went to Kingston, it was pretty much the same. When I got there, I saw all the great artists and musicians you could think of. Okay. They were the Scatterlights, led by Jackie Mittoo, all the famous horn players, and all the famous artists from Bob Marley to Eptones, to you name it, they were all there at Studio One. So that's how I got my chance to come through, and nobody resented me. So I guess I was doing whatever I was doing right. And
well, and that's a good thing that they actually took you under their wing, I guess, and kind of showed you that the way of what musicians have to do and the things that you have to go through.
Yes, indeed.
And then you came to America.
Yes. That was way after, because I used to just dream as a kid of going to America and performing for people. But then I had to make my mark in Jamaica first. And it took a long time, because I've been recording. As a matter of fact, my second week in Kingston, the owner of Studio One, Mr. Clement Dad, who just had a birthday and a big celebration in Jamaica for him too, he took me to live at his house.
Oh, wow.
With his family.
So he took you right
and his
under
children,
his wing.
right,
for real.
immediately. Okay. And so that tells me that he saw something in me. So at that tender age, he took me in, and I lived with his family for a long time before he boarded me out with a Christian family. Okay. And then sent me to a school in Kingston. So the rest of my life was really just school, home, studio. After I left that school that he boarded us, so sent us to, then the rest of it was a studio every day. And the urge was just to find that elusive song
Okay,
that would
that
give
would
me
be
that
first
kickstart.
hit, right?
And during the process, it was frustrating at times, because you're so anxious and you want it to happen well. And he always said to me, because he calls everyone Jackson, he would say, listen, Jackson, don't get frustrated.
I love that. Just it didn't matter who it was; they were named Jackson.
Jackson. Say, listen, Jackson, don't bother get frustrated, man. When your time comes, nothing will stop you.
Oh, isn't that
And
amazing?
until today, I always remember that in my head.
Isn't that awesome?
Just don't get frustrated. When it's your time, nothing will stop you.
And so with your style, it's that kind of smooth. I love the voice
Smooth
and the
lovers kind of
exactly.
thing.
The lovers rock type of thing. Did you just kind of fall into that, or that was really your plan?
No, actually, I think what contributed to a lot of that is as the years went on, I became the lead singer for a very popular dance and show band in Jamaica called Generation Gap Band. We were a full band with horns and everything. And so I think that's where I developed that more soulful side of my style of singing. Because I grew up, you had to listen to the Spinners, Stylistics,
So yeah.
Blue Magics, the OJs, you name them.
Shy-Lights,
you name it. Because as a dance band and a show band, we had to sing the top 40.
Okay.
So if it was Mighty Sparrow, we had to learn those songs and we had to try and do them better. Well, we were trying to better the original. And so I think a lot of that rubbed off on me too, because even in terms of breathing, singing, because I'm not formally trained. And that's something I wish
So that means it's talent.
I have to say yes to that.
Okay, it's just born talent.
But as we went on, I tried to learn, because that's how I learn. I try to learn from everything that I could learn from. And the group Spinners is one of the groups that I learned from a singer. It's called Philip Wynn.
Oh yeah.
His breathing, I could sing his songs and breathe just like he did. To whom it may concern, dig it. And just that practice, and it just went on and on for a while until you kind of master that thing, and everything else just catch on from there.
So let me ask this question, because you were nominated for a Grammy for your album in 2000, I believe. How is it when they actually send you that nomination and say, Freddie McGregor, you're nominated for a Grammy for your work?
That was pure excitement, pure excitement, because all my music life, I've been working not so much with that in mind, but hoping that one day we might get there. And so when I got that call, I was most elated, I may say. And I actually went to that Grammy that was held in New York.
Okay.
And actually, I was the only Jamaican artist that was nominated that year that went. And I remember the secretary came on stage, introduced himself, talked about the Grammy, and reminded us that even if we didn't win, we were still winners.
Absolutely.
And he said a big shout out to the Jamaican contingent, and it was just like half a dozen of us, but we got up and we made loud noise, so we were well
All
represented.
All 6 of y'all in the audience.
We were very well represented, and that was nice. And Lee Scratch Perry won that year, but it had taught me something too, that it didn't matter which one of us won, reggae had won. And that was most important.
Awesome. If you're just tuning in, we are here with reggae icon, Mr. Freddie McGregor, and he is going to be honored this coming Saturday night, that is February 8th at the Miramar Cultural Center. Unfortunately, this event is already filled. So I know, so a lot of pressure on you to show up and show out, but no, he's going to be honored.
I will be there.
And yes, he will be here. And unfortunately, there are no more, and it was a free event, but it's already sold out. There's no extra room. The place is going to be filled to capacity at the Miramar Cultural Center.
I think you may have to move it outside somewhere.
Well, and speaking of, because you are so popular, and not just with the music, but with the philanthropic side of you,
yes, ma'am.
You give back all the time, and you're going to be giving back even after Saturday night, when you're honored here in Miramar.
I will be. Actually, we have a concert after our function here in Pompano at the Pompano Beach Amphitheater, where there's over 20 R&B, rock, and reggae artists performing. It's the Bahamas Hurricane Relief concert event. This company, they build houses
Okay.
for the victims of the hurricane, and they are presenting the first set of keys at that concert on Saturday evening for the first sets of families. And so that's something we wanted. Well, I wanted to be a part of that. So when my booking agent called me, I was like, yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. And it's going to be representing reggae. It's going to be you.
Oh, myself, Third World, and a group called Black Bean Soup.
Okay.
I've not heard that group yet, but
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yeah.
But it's just really the thought that counts, you know, because in terms of giving back, whatever we can do to give back is always important to me, because God has given us so much.
Absolutely.
And I think it's always important to give back. I always remember something that I read by His Imperial Majesty that says, we, the fortunate few, should always remember the unfortunate many. So few of us was going to be very fortunate, but a lot of people are going to be unfortunate. But it is our responsibility to help those unfortunate ones. And my other motto is always to see that the hungry be fed, the infants cared for, the sick nourished, and the aged protected. And I think if we are able to do any one of those things during our daily lives or during our lifetime, we would be contributing greatly to humanity.
And now y'all see why he is getting the Black History Meets Reggae Icon Award from the City of Miramar. Again, for those who were lucky enough to get those free passes to come on Saturday night,
wow.
You guys are in for a treat. It is going to be at the Miramar Cultural Center starting at 6 o'clock. Just come on up if you already have your tickets, but if you don't, unfortunately, there's no more room. But you can get tickets for the event that's going to be at the Pompano Beach Amphitheater that's immediately after our event, because
Yes.
Mr. Freddie McGregor is going to be performing there as well. So definitely go online and get those at the Pompano Beach Amphitheater. That's going to start. He's going to be, I think you said you got to hit the stage about 10 o'clock,
About
right?
10, yes.
Yeah. So he's going to already be honored here at Miramar, and then he can go make his money and give back to society as well,
Yes.
because that is what you do.
That is what we do.
Thank you so much. For
My
doing this.
pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm really elated, and I'm thankful for this event on Saturday night, because we don't ask for these things, and we just try to do the best we can. So when people recognize what we do and honor us in that way, I'm humbled.
We're going to
Right.
give you your flowers while you're still here.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for watching
Thank
Good
you,
Morning
too.
Miramar. Thank you, Mr. Freddie
God
McGregor.
bless you.
Thank you, and I'm Tamara G, and we'll see you next time.